Welcome back to Touring Trails. I'm your host Jim. Today we're going to do a 1-year review on the most capable off-road truck Ford Ranger has to offer, and it is the Ford Ranger Tremor. Mine is the 2022 XLT version. This is 27,000 plus miles that I put on this truck, so this is a really good honest owner's review. So we got a good one for you today. A couple of things to distinguish the Tremor from a regular Ranger. First, you'll see the Tremor decal on it. Good looking decal. Second, you're going to have the chrome delete package. They take all the chrome off of this thing, but it's still going to get you home. You get the black Tremor only 17-inch wheels. Good looking wheels. And they're wrapped with some 32-inch General Grabber all-terrains, ATX actually, so they are snow rated tires, which is perfect. Got plenty of ground clearance. One thing you do is you get a little bit more width when you get the Tremor package. That's why they put these extra little fender flares on it. Not real big, nothing protruding, but you get a little extra there. Other things you'll notice on Tremor only are these side steps. So you got the steel bar and you got the steps. I know in one of my videos I complained about it a little bit, but I truly believe that this is going to help save these seats, and I'll show you a little later what I mean. I know the truck's filthy, but I use my trucks. I use it as a truck. You watched any of our videos, we travel all over this country. We're always got a bushwhacker hitched behind this thing, and we use it off-road. So my trucks are dirty, sorry. As mentioned, this is the XLT package. So you don't get the things that you get on a Lariat, such as you're not going to get the heated seats or, you know, the keyless remote for the ignition, but I don't need all that. I'm not concerned about it. What else you get with the Tremor? Let's take a look. One feature you get with the Tremor is an upgraded suspension. So not only you get larger sway bars and springs, but you're going to get these Fox dual reservoir shocks in the back. These things are great for off and on road. On road, you're not going to, get the rough ride. Off road, you're going to get a lot of movement, between completely compressed and decompressed. So you're not going to bottom out on those bump stops. The front has Fox shocks also. The front are not dual reservoir. That would only be in the back. Also with the Tremor, you're going to get steel skid plates, not only on the front, but if I can show you down there. Throughout, you're going to have various skid plates covering the important parts of this truck. You also got these nice tow hooks, in case you do get in a little bit of trouble. Of course, you got the red inserts on the grill to identify being a Tremor. The only chrome I can find on this thing is the Ford emblem. Other than that, it's completely blacked out, and I really like that. So with the upgraded suspension, you're going to get 20 millimeters of travel up front, 30 millimeters of travel in the back with the shocks. And it's also going to give you about a 0.8 of an inch extra lift compared to the FX4 Ranger. Rain, sleet, or snow, this Tremor just wants to go. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. Quarter mile in 15 seconds flat. That's pretty darn good. Look at some of those old muscle cars in the past and see where they were. Pretty impressive for a truck. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this thing down in the sport mode. We're going to let her rip. Here we go. Around the corner here. Alright. Uh-oh. Gotta go. This is big truck power in a smaller package. So what you have is an inline 4-cylinder, 2.3 liter with a turbo. It's going to give you 270 horsepower and 310 pounds of torque. That's a lot. And this thing can tow. this can tow over 7,500 pounds. And as far as payload, what you can put in that bed, 1,400 pounds, which is top of its class. Recently, TFL Truck had a video showing them towing a GMC Yukon XL. That's a very heavy suburban-like truck for over 300 miles with a Ford Ranger, and I had no problem going from Nebraska to Colorado. As far as us, we don't tow that heavy of a load, but the Bushwhacker loaded down 1,400, 1,500 pounds. I don't even know what's behind this thing when I'm towing it. And still getting decent fuel economy even when towing. 14, 15 miles per gallon with a load. Unhitched, I can get 20 plus miles per gallon as long as I take it easy on the pedal. All Tremors come in the 4-door variation. And once again, I'm not going to apologize for the mess because I use my truck. I actually have 2 canopies in here, my leveling ramps, and I've got a get home bag in here, and it all stays in here. I don't use the back seat for passengers so much, so I use it as extended storage. But the seat does flip up or it'll fold down. And it's got a lot of room underneath. There are a couple of cubby holes down there. Just very convenient. Going in up front, first thing you'll notice is the nicely stitched seats. So you got another thing identifying as a Tremor. Seats are very comfortable. 27,000 miles, probably the most comfortable ride I've had. Got a nice gauge cluster. Everything in here, fit, form, function is just outstanding. So the inside, you've got everything you would possibly need, starting with this nice touch screen. So what you can see is audio. You've got all your stations, plus satellite, plus Bluetooth. It's really easy to use. You got a dual climate zone, so you can have air on one side, heat on the other. As far as the phone, yeah, you can have all your hands-free technology. You can get text messages read to you. It's pretty great. Your navigation is second to none. This has an outstanding navigation system. And you got all kinds of apps, more apps than I can really figure out. So also with the Tremor, you get these auxiliary switches, so you can hook up a light bar or any kind of auxiliary addition that you want to add to it. You do have your manual controls for your AC if you don't want to use the touch screen. Got a couple of USB ports, 12-volt outlets, and you got your terrain mode, 4 high, 4 low, 2 high, along with your rocks, sand, snow type of terrain modes that you can put this thing into. You got your trailer haul mode. You've got a rear locker, which is outstanding. You can cut off that pesky auto start, and you've actually got the kind of the trail cruise control, so you can set out 1 or 2, 3, 4 miles per hour if you're going down the trail. The display is nice. So you got tachometer, speedometer. You've got your trip gauges, distance to empty, all the information that you need. It's got multiple screens that you can go through. Your driver assist, truck info, so very convenient. Let's talk about value. So is it worth the money to buy a Ford Ranger Tremor? I say absolutely yes. To get a truck like this that's got the factory modified suspension, you got a rear locker, you got all these goodies inside it I spoke about, for I paid under $45,000 for this truck. I think that's an outstanding value when you compared it to, let's say, a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, which is going to be over $60,000. Even the Chevy GMC models, you know, they're going to be similar to the price range, but in my humble opinion, this is a better truck than the Chevy model. Is it your ultimate rock crawler? You know, something you want to use for that? Probably not. But I would much rather put 27,000 miles on this truck than I would the Gladiator. I own a Jeep, so I understand both ways. It's just the comfort level on this is second to none, but you're still also getting outstanding capabilities for towing and for off-road. 2 complaints I had in one of my previous videos. 1 was no handle, and 2 were the steps that were installed in this truck. I'm going to tell you why they're really not a negative anymore, and how really it's going to help save this seat. So instead of using that handle, use the steering wheel. And the way I jumped in here, I'm not sliding on this side bolster on the seat, which is going to make this last a lot longer, both getting in and getting out. It makes me use proper entry and exit methods. 27,000 miles, a year into ownership. This is an outstanding truck. Far exceeded any expectations I had of it. So I certainly give this a thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, remember, give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Heck, even drop in a comment for us, even if it's just to say hi. But with that, thanks for watching, and we will see you down the road.